Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome to my channel if you are new here. So in this video today, I am basically going to run through a little part of what my life was like growing up in the care system of Ireland. And before I start this, if there's a tiny bit of cursing, don't be surprised. The HSE in this country, me growing up, they treated me like shit. So when I was 2, I went into the care system of Ireland. I began in foster care. I had 6 foster families before I was even 4 years old, and their reason, when I asked when I was older, their reason for that was that apparently I was too much to handle as a 2-year-old and less, or 2-year-old to 4-year-old, and that apparently I was touching women up. Like, what do you expect? I'm a child, I don't know better. You know yourself. So, yeah, so that was the first part of my childhood. Now, I don't really remember many of the foster families, bar 1 or 2. But there was always one that would have stood by me, and that was the foster family that I was with for the longest, from 4 years old to 8, and then I moved away for a little bit, and then from, I think it was 10 to 13, and when I was 13, I was forcibly moved from them to residential. Now, to get into the reason why I was moved, which I'll probably do another video on, because it's a long fucking reason. But I'll basically start from the beginning. So, when I was 7 years old, I was moved to a respite residential in Drogheda. Now, I can't even remember the name of it anyway, so don't be worrying about names or shit. So, basically in there, and I'm not going to name names of, well, actually no, I might, because it would be good for my story. And to get payback or whatever, to actually get these people to own up. But when I was 7 years old, I was moved to this respite residential, and there was a 15-year-old lad there. Let's say his name is Jacob, because I know his name, I just don't want to say it, because who knows what could happen from saying it. Anyway, so the 15-year-old lad that was there sexually abused me, or tried to. Now, this is not made up. Parts of it will sound ridiculous, especially in the part 2, but parts of it are going to sound ridiculous. So, yeah, I was going, the first incident happened when I was going to call one of the other lads for a football match he was going to. One of the staff had asked me to run up and grab him. So I was going up anyway, and as I'm passing, there was 2 bathrooms in the place, one just at the stairs and then one down the hall on the opposite side. And as I was passing one just at the stairs, the door was open, and the 15-year-old lad was standing there taking a piss with the door open. And he calls me, I says, I'm busy, so I goes, gets your man, come back in anyway and see what he wants. And he starts just going to me. Now, I'm 7 years old, and he starts going to me, oh, suck my dick, blah, blah, blah. Do you know? And then I'm like, at this stage, I had no fucking clue what he was on about. Excuse me, French. But I had no idea what he was on about. So I said, so what? Like, what? And then he turns around, his lad in his hand, turns around to me, suck me dick. And you know? And I'm just looking at him like, no. I just walk off. And then the next few times, he was in the hall. His room was directly across in the bathroom. He was in the hall, and every time I was there alone without staff, like going to the bathroom or whatever, just even if I was going to my room, he'd start calling to me and trying to get me to come over and, do stuff and shit. Now, I'm gay anyway, but at 7 years old, I'm not going to be doing that. Like, so yeah, there was times where he tried to force me, he pushed me onto the ground and shit. There was lots of times like that. So anyway, move on, I'd say about 5-10 months, I ended up back with my foster family. So I reported, I know a lot of men and boys don't come forward when sexual assaults happen to them because of all the stigma. But I reported it to the HSE, to social workers, and they kept moving me around. Now, there was about 7 different incidents of this abuse, or well, whatever you want to call it. I wouldn't, like, some bits you might not call abuse, some bits you might. But there was 7 bits of the abuse, and yeah. So I reported it, and they kept swapping me from social worker to social worker to social worker, and then they eventually said to me, now I didn't say it all at once, and so they eventually said to me, we're not going to look into this, we don't believe you, you're telling too many stories, they said to me. So I thought, well, F this, like, I mean, I'm not, if they don't believe me, what can I do, you know? So anyway, left it at that, and then about 3 months later, I'll do a part 2 on this story of it, because there's a lot of it, but about 2-3 months later, they prescribed me a psychiatrist who was, let's say, a little bit off. Yeah, a little bit off is probably the best word, but again, as I said, I'll do a part 2 to this probably today or maybe next Wednesday when my new video is uploaded. New videos come in Wednesday and Friday, by the way. So yeah, there was that part of it, and then, like, I'm 19 now. This happened when I was 7. I've still went to the guards over this about, I'd say, twice, and I tried to go again with the HSC about it. They said it's in the past, leave it there. Which, in all fairness, I was literally like Hannah Baker in the last episode of season 1, where Mr. Porter said you can move on. I just looked at them and I was like, are you kidding me? Like, seriously? But what can you do? So anyway, guys, yeah, that was basically the first half of my life in care. There's more parts to it, so I'll probably do a part 2 to this, because I don't want this video being too long, like. But yeah, so anyway, after the psychiatrist and after the whatchamacallit, the abuse and all happened, that was a few years ago. I was moved to residential, and in there was, I'd say, 2 young lads that said that I touched them up. You know, that I was harassing them and shit. And they were believed. They were believed straight away. They were older than I was. Now, don't get me wrong. Like, it's fair enough that they were believed, because people have different opinions. Some people believed them, some people didn't. You know, like, it's fair enough that anyone's believed with that, because it's a serious thing. It never happened. Don't get me wrong. I never did nothing to anyone, and I wouldn't, because I'm not that kind of person. But they were believed straight away, and I was punished for it, even though I did nothing. And I said, when they were believed, I said, how come they're believed at, like, say 13 and 15 or whatever? That, like, that wasn't their ages, but, like, you get what I mean. How were they believed when a 7-year-old who has no idea what sex is at that stage, because in my case I didn't, has no idea what anything is, what sexuality even is at that stage, how were they not believed when they had consistent stories every time, and, you know, was never looked into? So anyway, guys, I'll probably do a part 2 on this, because, as I said, I don't want to be being too long. So anyway, if you would give this a like, and press the subscribe button down there, and maybe hit the bell if you want to see more of these, I'd appreciate it, guys. Thanks. See you again soon.